She's a little heavy, guys. Little heavy. Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. How we doing today? Good? Great, fantastic. I bought a new sewing machine. I had this urge to learn how to sew, so we got a sewing machine, guys. So today's gonna be like an unboxing of my new sewing machine and my first sewing project, like my first official sewing project. I learned how to sew in high school, like my sophomore year, but that was like years ago at this point, so I'm pretty sure I forgot, but I know some of the basics, like a little bit. I'm going to have to reference YouTube videos and different resources and stuff to like brush up, but we'll see if I remember. First, let's get into the unboxing of the sewing machine. I also bought threads, like this little pack of threads with pre-wound bobbins, so that was exciting as well. I guess I'll show you guys the thread first because it's the smallest thing before we get into like, you know, the big package. I bought the sewing machine and the thread off of Amazon, so I'll leave the links in the description if you guys wanted to check out the threads or sewing machine. Now, I was going to go to Hobby Lobby and pick out some fabric, but I know I have fabric here because I was going to use the fabric initially for my crochet bags as lining, but I think I'm just going to use that today because I know this project isn't going to come out that good or anything like that, so I'm going to use what I have. I got these fabrics from Walmart. They're like 1 yard each. I do wish I had a fabric here that had some kind of pattern on it because I think it would be cute as a tote bag with like some patterns, but you know what, it's okay. We'll save that for next project because I know this one is probably going to turn out a little bit botched because this is my first sewing project in years. So here I have 3 different colors of cotton fabric. I got these all from Walmart. They're the Waverly brand. These 3 are 1 yard and this one is 2 yards. I think I'm gonna go with the, I don't know. We'll figure that out when we actually like set up the machine and all that, like what colors I'm gonna do. I mean, it's not that serious. They're plain fabrics. So I was supposed to show you guys the threads, right? Yes, the threads. Okay. So this is a packet of threads I got from Amazon. It's the Hagbo. I don't know how to say that, but here we go. Okay. Aren't they cute? Tell me they're not adorable, guys. I mean, the color selection anyway. Now, these are pre-round bobbins, but I'm not sure if these will be compatible with the sewing machine because I read somewhere that different sewing machines require different kind of bobbins, I guess. Like some bobbins are shorter and some bobbins are a little bit taller. So hopefully this will go with this sewing machine. I'm praying it will, or I don't know. I'll be kind of upset about that, but at least I'll have all these different kinds of threads to still use because I know the sewing machine comes with about 2 or 4 bobbins, I think. We'll see when we open up the package. But yeah, look at all these little threads. They're so pretty. Aren't these so cute? Well, I can't figure out how to get it back in the box, so we're going to just slide this across the floor. Bye-bye, threads. Now for the moment we've all been waiting for, the unboxing. She's a little heavy, guys. Oh. Things are falling. Okay. Oh, she's a little heavy, guys. Little heavy. The sewing machine that I purchased off of Amazon is the Singer 4432 heavy duty sewing machine in black. Now they had a pink one and I was so close to getting the pink one, which I think was the 4411 sewing machine, but I just ended up going with this. No specific reason. Yeah, let's get into the unboxing and I'll show you guys all the accessories that they come with. On top of the box here, it kind of does show you what the accessories are. I don't really know what all of them are, but yeah. So these are all the accessories that the sewing machine comes with. So I think like 4 extra bobbins, which is cool. Some foots here. I don't know the difference between these foots. I'll learn eventually, guys. I'm an extreme beginner. So if you're looking for like a comprehensive, in-depth explanation about this sewing machine, I'm sorry, I'm just showing you guys what comes in the box. All this other stuff though is fancy. I know what this is. This is a seam ripper, okay? I don't know what that is. Guys, it smells brand new. I love that brand new product smell. It smells like factory and hardware. Okay, so first thing out of the box are the instructions, which is great. Looks complicated. It's just showing you like how to thread the machine, which is cool, and how to wind your bobbin. So if you're a visual learner, this is great. Next, we have what looks like a little cloth to put over the sewing machine so it doesn't collect dust, which is great, useful for storage. She's cute, she's handy, nothing special. Next, we have another instruction manual, which I'm not gonna read. Okay, here we have the magnificent sewing machine outside of the box. I'm so excited. It's so cute. Like, it's so, yeah, you know. I forgot to show you guys this that came out of the box as well. This is like just a little bag full of all the little utensils and things that were on the box. I thought it came with a seam ripper. I guess not. Okay, so here we have the Go pedal. I don't know what it's called. I just know it's the Go pedal. I'm gonna call it that. What's it called? I need to learn these things. But you know, this is what makes it go, you know? The foot pedal. And that's pretty much it. This is so cute. I don't know what to say next. I'm gonna put my little accessories that came with the machine in this little compartment here. All right, so the first learning curve that I noticed that I'm probably gonna have is that this has a top loading bobbin. The sewing machine that I used to use, and like the one that we had in my house before it broke, you used to be able to like wind the bobbin and load it from this part. So this will be like a little bit of a learning curve for me. I think I'm gonna like pause the video, learn how to thread my stuff or whatever, and then I'll come back and show you guys what I'm about to do, or just come back for like the project, because y'all just gonna watch me sitting here being very confused and staring at the thing like this the whole time. I think that's the best course of action here. The YouTube video I'm following is showing me how to wind the bobbin first so I can like set up the machine properly. So I think I'm going to wind my own bobbin. The kit that I have does have a pre-wound bobbin that I think is compatible with this or whatever, but I'm going to do it just for learning's sake this time, and then when I get better, then I'll use the pre-wound ones because I already know what I'm doing. I was thinking about doing like pink and black reversible. I think that'd be cute, but I think we're gonna slow down, okay? I'm gonna slow down because I always tend to get ahead of myself and like, okay, let's do this and this and this. This is my first project, girl, slow down. Savannah, slow down, okay? So I have the machine fully threaded. That was more difficult than I remembered. I just found it difficult to get the bobbin thread through the top again. Like that was kind of confusing. That was the only part that kind of had me like a little bit baffled, but I got it. So for right now, I'm just going to practice making a straight line before I actually cut up the fabric to make a tote bag, hopefully. So I just have a piece of paper here. That's what I remember my teacher doing when I was in high school. She had us like practice on pieces of paper, like to actually sew a straight line. That's what I'm gonna do right now, but I'm not gonna do that for long because I'm gonna get into my project, you know? Okay, so I tried to do a back stitch and it ended up just stitching in the same place, and then my thread unthreaded in the needle. So I don't know what I did, but this is what I have so far. There's a big hole there from when I tried to back stitch. I don't know, I'm gonna have to keep playing with that, but I'm gonna have to rethread the machine and I don't like doing that. But I need the practice to thread the machine because I don't know The whole bobbin thing is kind of confusing. Guys, I don't know. It's like simple, but it's also like not, because I've been out of practice for so many years. I'm gonna have to watch that YouTube video again. All right, we're gonna give this another try with the paper and the back stitching. I was kind of hoping to like make the whole bag today, but I think that might have been a little bit too ambitious. But we're definitely gonna practice today and get the whole threading down so that I don't keep adding mess on top of mess, you know? I'm just gonna come back to you guys when I'm ready to, when I get to the actual bag making part of the video, because this is just gonna be me being frustrated the whole time. So I'll come back to you guys. All right guys, so it's been all day pretty much. I've been practicing how to thread the machine and putting the bobbin in and catching the thread, you know, like catching the bobbin thread and all that stuff. Like I've been having a lot of hiccups, especially with catching the bobbin thread, but I think I figured it out now. I've been practicing sewing straight lines on pieces of paper, and then I eventually graduated to just like random pieces of fabric. This is cotton as well. I believe it's the same brand as this. I've been practicing my back stitching and, you know, all of that, and I think I'm ready to try and make this bag. Yeah, I didn't want to take too long with this, but I feel I'm more confident right now than I was this morning, so I think that's a plus. I've had a lot of frustrations with this. Like I spent pretty much hours just sitting here like trying to like memorize how to thread the machine and the bobbin, and I think I got that stuff down, like threading the machine, winding the bobbin, putting the bobbin in, catching the bobbin thread through the little hole, making sure the presser foot is down and bringing the thread to the back, all of that. I even played around with like the width and the tension and all that stuff. I haven't tried any different stitches yet, like the zigzag stitch and all that stuff, but not right now, okay? I don't think I'll need that right now. I really would love for this bag to have like a pattern, but you know what? It's just gonna be a straight pink thing. It's okay. It's my first bag. We'll see how this goes, and then I'll go to Hobby Lobby some other time and get myself like an actual like canvas kind of feeling fabrics. I'm gonna just spread this out on the floor, take the measurements, probably go downstairs and iron this out because it is a little wrinkled. So that's what I'm gonna do after I cut it out. My two pieces for the, no, I think one piece for the bag and two pieces for the straps. I cut out the fabric, and don't look too close because she's not even, not at all. I should have pressed out the fabric before I cut it, but that would have been too much work, you know? So this is the main body piece of the bag, like just the bag piece, I guess. And then I cut out the straps. I don't know where I put the straps, but I cut them out too, and I ironed them as well. All I have to do now is just like sew it. Alright guys, so it is the next day and I spent all night sewing this bag together. I'm so proud of myself, even though like it's got a lot of mistakes, but you know, when you turn the bag inside out, you can't really see all the mistakes like that. So I guess that's the good part about sewing, that you can't see my not so straight lines. So that's really good. Yeah, I must have went to bed last night at around like 11 p.m. because I was just so determined to get this bag together. I will say I did have a couple mistakes or like a couple hiccups with the bobbin. As I was trying to backstitch, and then go forward again, thread kept getting caught in the bobbin like compartment on the bottom. So I had to figure out like why that kept happening. And you know, it was annoying, but it was also really good to learn because I kept rethreading the machine and stuff like that. So like I just kind of got that stuck in my head. So now I know how to thread my machine and catch the bobbin and all that stuff, or catch the bobbin thread and all that stuff. So that's really good. It was frustrating, but I did learn, so that was the upside. Now when it comes to the tote, right, so it's a little bit flimsy. It looks like I made a bag out of a pillowcase, but you know what, it's okay. This is my very first sewing project, so I'm actually quite proud of it. This is the bag. It's wrinkled. I did iron it, but then I don't know what happened. I guess I sat on it or something. But this is the bag. I'm so like proud of it because look at it, like I really did that. Don't look too close. But look at it, you know? I made the straps and everything. As I was cutting out my fabric, I was like, oh, I have a rotary cutter set. I forgot that I bought a rotary cutter set a couple months ago for my crochet bag linings, and I didn't use it because I forgot. But next time for sure, next time for sure. But you can't even see the fact that I cut the fabric unevenly, so I think that's really cool. I think sewing is a little bit forgiving in that way, no? You can just cut the excess fabric off on the sides. Now on the inside of the bag, right, I'm not sure if you guys can see this, but you can see here I tried to do the zigzag stitch here to like help the fabric not to fray all that good, well, all that much. Not sure how that's gonna help me, but it was just cool to like play around with the different functions on the machine. So it's got quite a bit of space in there. It's quite a big tote bag. I love her. Yeah, in the tutorial that I was using, the lady said to fold your straps together and all that stuff and go press it so you have a perfect seam. I wasn't gonna keep running up and down from my room down to the basement to the iron, so I just grabbed a whole lot of these like little clips and I just kind of pinned it in place to kind of create a crease. It worked out pretty well for me though. Although I would say I should invest in a small little iron. Maybe they have like a battery powered iron or something I could have up here in my room. I have to look into that. I'm not sure if that exists or not. And fabric shears. I use my regular everyday scissors to try and cut this fabric and I was struggling. I'm not gonna lie. I was struggling. I think it really frayed my fabric a little bit more than it would have. I just think it frayed my fabric and new scissors would do the trick for me. But overall, I'm proud of this project. I'm glad I made it. I'm glad I bought my sewing machine and I'm just really excited to like learn how to make new things, and I eventually would love to learn how to make like a medieval style dress. So, like, you know, when you go to medieval times and they have like the cool dresses and stuff, like I would love to be able to sew one of those. Like that'd be like the ultimate goal. For now, I'm gonna stick with small things like bags and keychains, maybe a top, maybe a pair of shorts, but that's for when I become a little bit more advanced. So that is the end of this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Stick around if you guys want to watch me on my sewing journey, as long as my crochet and other crafts that I plan on introducing to this channel. Like, comment, subscribe, helps me a lot. Thank you guys. I'll catch you guys in the next video. Bye.